mentally ill control freaks that want to take control of society. And they'll use any agenda they can to get it, civil rights, gay rights, whatever. To bulldoze society and tell an open society that has a soft heart, you talk like we say, you do what we say, you live like we say. Gee, that sounds like Islam to me, just another variant of it. A lot of the liberals want to have sex with kids, so does the Islamists that follow Orthodox Islam. And really what you people are a bunch of gangs. You're a bunch of thugs. And that's why the left likes Islam, because it's right up your alley, isn't it? It's a frickin' cult. And I'm going to stand against you. And I'm going to stand against Orthodox Islam. The globalists want a clash of civilizations. They're going to get one, but not the one they thought. So that's what this comes down to. But our story's up on drudgereport.com. Hillary, State Department, blocked investigation to Orlando killer's mosque. It's so huge. It needs to go total viral. I put it out on Facebook, on Twitter. Forward this to everybody you know. Forward this to Donald Trump. In fact, can we click on the Twitter and see if that tweet went out during the break, please? Let's click on my Twitter, or let's pull up my Twitter account at Real Alex Jones. Just ask everybody to get this out and to also get these articles out. There it is. It needs to be retweeted everywhere. At Donald Trump. Co-worker reported nightclub killer ignored because of political correctness. That needs to go viral. Orlando shooting suspect identified as registered Democrat of Afghan descent. Orlando killer worked for company transporting illegal immigrants inside the U.S., was interviewed by FBI 3 times, but they were ordered to stand down. People say, oh, that's a false flag. Oh, the FBI did it. No, they didn't. They tried to stop it. Then the higher-ups let it happen because they think you're so stupid they're going to spin into hate crime legislation and dun, dun, dun. Let's get this first clip ready. I need to start getting the clips. Hillary Clinton coming out and blaming the Second Amendment and saying ban all semi-autos. That's what that wicked woman wants to do. It's also what Bernie Sanders is pushing. This guy worked for Homeland Security, had a license. It's super hard to get in New York City and a license to get in Florida. And he worked in Homeland Security and all this secretive. Who do you think ships in the C-130s and 747s and 777s that land at airports everywhere? And then the locals report, yeah, nothing's being checked. They're just loaded on buses and brought in. They're just sent into their communities. And that's why suddenly I go to downtown Austin or North Austin or South Austin, because as a culture, Muslims like to go out to markets at night. I guess that's kind of like where they hang out. That's what people used to do, too, in our more rural times. And you go everywhere now, and there are Muslims in hijabs and in full burqas. Because my alma mater got 230-plus Islamists just this year. My high school, I called a bunch of others. They all got hundreds. And elementary's got hundreds. And the middle school's got hundreds. It's thousands of kids out of Syria that were invaders just in the last 12 months. That's confirmed. And they tell us it's only a few thousand total in the whole country. Baloney. It was Yakari Jackson and Don Salazar 2 years ago went down to the border and talked to the McCallum emergency management head who said, no, we're ordered to keep it secret, but I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you. And he got on camera and said, we complete the smuggling process. They load them on those buses and give them vouchers. And then that came out last week. DHS came out again. And Border Patrol came out and said, yeah, we're ordered to load them on contractor buses and just bring them in. It's the same thing, folks. I don't know the numbers, but every town's got Muslims being brought in now. And I don't mean the ones that were here before that were like getting nuclear, degrees or engineering degrees and who, I mean, I have got some Muslim friends in high school and college. I go over to their house for dinner and the mother's taught being nice and they're not wearing a thing on their head. And, and they're saying, Saddam's not really a bad guy. Your government wants to overthrow him to put radical Muslims in. I mean, I've known Iraqis and other people that knew all about this and actually warned me about radical Islam. See, I don't believe this thing that all Muslims are really sneaking around planning to get you. There are the radical Muslims that are taking over and want to dominate Islam that pretty much always have. And there are those that actually want to be freer. And they are moral, hardworking, good people. But this isn't them. They're bringing in blue-collar, ignorant people who kill each other from the worst parts of the Middle East en masse. I mean, I was in Toronto to speak with George Norrie earlier this year. Or was it last year? Time flies. I think it was earlier this year, yeah. And I mean, I was at a hotel, and I walked all over Toronto, and it was like videos I've seen out of Pakistan, man. And it was people just squatting and crapping on the ground and just running around, and women with full burqas on. And here's the deal. I've been all over the country, okay? I mean, it's suddenly everywhere I go. Dallas, L.A., New York. It is just Muslims in full garb all over. If they admit they brought 5 million into Europe until, they did not until about a year ago. Now it's 5 million in the last 3 years, probably higher. They said it was 200,000 up until that point. They follow metrics. You know, their deception designs are out of playbooks they cook up. If they said 200,000 was the number, it was really 5 million. They claim it's, you know, maybe 100,000 total now here. It's probably 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the numbers are gigantic. And when they start carrying out their sleeper cell attacks, the families roll, oh, we didn't know, but don't be political about it. Oh, we didn't know this was happening. Oh, the brother-in-law runs shipping the people in. Oh, my gosh, and hates Donald Trump. Isn't that just special? All right, I got to stop right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we all need to get healthy and get focused and get prepared for what's going on. And patriots need to understand that we need to support liberty-based media that is raising the alarm about what's happening. I want to thank you all for your support when we have reporters in Germany and reporters in Florida right now and reporters out on the West Coast. I mean, we are fully deployed. We need more crew, 5, 6, 7 more people, a couple more reporters, editors, camera people, writers. We need more people. It's a job we got to do. And so we may be able to do that if folks keep buying the X2, the Lung Cleanse, the Hillary for Prison shirts. I need everybody to go to InfoWarsStore.com. We got the best shortwave radios. We got the best solar systems. We've got the best, basically, of everything. And Living Defense, we got a few thousand bottles of this in the first run last year, but because it has 27 ingredients, it detoxifies, it gets rid of parasites, harmful organism cleanse, 120 capsules. It sold out. It got 5-star reviews. Sold out in 2 days. So I said, well, let's order triple that amount. You know, that won't sell for a month or so. At current sales, because I'm doing 25% off, it's going to be sold out by tomorrow. Okay, so I'm probably going to stop selling it this evening at the discount and hold back some, so at least we have some available at full price for a few weeks. What's wrong with that to help fund the operation? But I'm going to keep the sale going at least through tonight. It could sell out tonight, it could sell out tomorrow. I'm going to try to hold back 500 bottles or so for folks that are signed up for auto ship. You get 10% off when you're signed up for auto ship. You get free shipping on orders $50 or more. And again, this Living Defense is discounted right now. It's $34.95, normally $44.95. And you can go read the reviews right there on the site, the 5-star reviews. But this is seen as safe. Consult your physician. It's got a lot of concentrated herbs and things that are known for thousands of years to flush bad organisms. It's a really powerful formula. It's a lot of other similar formulas are up to $100. And it's very hard to make this because we want to pass everything at California standards, which are basically made to be able to sue the supplement companies and shut them down. They're almost impossible to get to that level. But we neurotically did it. We tested it. It's at the highest standard of cleanliness and being organic, but having non-detectable levels of all this garbage that's out there. So it's really clean. InfoWars Life, Living Defense, InfoWarsLife.com. If you want it, you want to support the broadcast, want to try it out, you take a couple pills a day for the 60 days. That's the life cycle of most parasites with their eggs, and it will really flush you out. That's certainly what I did for myself and others. InfoWarsLife.com. I've said it so many hundreds of times that I haven't even told my crew to go get the 4 or 5 Tim Kennedy interviews, the 4 or 5 Colonel Schaefer interviews, all the other interviews with experts, myself, the interview with Bracken, the 2 interviews with Bracken who's coming up in the next hour. I'm not even going to get the dozens and dozens and dozens of recent clips the last 2 weeks where we said more sleeper cell attacks are imminent. Many of the people in Homeland Security that are Islamic, so they can, quote, communicate with the Muslims, are the managers who are actually bringing in the terror cells. ISIS bragged about that 2 years ago, in 2014. We will do a giant migrant wave. We will invade you. We will kill you. We will get you. We will attack Florida. They said that last Monday. So, red alert, ISIS now activating terror cells. Orlando attack is phase 1. And then I talked to our Pentagon sources, and they said absolutely 6 cities are on the hit list. Obviously, New York, L.A., San Francisco, Miami, Boston. And Orlando is still a top target. Let me just break something here. Do the patriots in the military and in Homeland Security and the FBI know that there are other cells in Orlando? Absolutely. And I'm not saying something that the terrorists don't already know. But here's the bottom line. The White House opened it up and let these people in. And I just talked to Joseph Farah via email earlier. They have another article, DHS agent, Obama erased my intel, then scolded me. That ties into the story that's on drudgereport.com. Hillary's State Department blocked investigation into Orlando killer's mosque. And the imam saying, kill the gays. The imam saying, kill the gays, go out and kill them. So it's time for a jihad. You pledge allegiance to ISIS, and the number one group that needs to be killed is the homosexuals. And they're too busy telling me use the word gay, not homosexual. They don't care if they get killed. They just want me to use the language they want because you want to run my life. You know what? If you want to sit there and not have guns and get killed for your sexual preference, that's your problem. You want to sit there and point your finger at your fellow Americans and obsess and say we hate you when we don't hate you and follow what Hillary Clinton has to say, that's your problem. I'm done. I'm done. And I'm not going to sit here where everywhere I go around Austin, there are women in burqas and not raise the alarm. But I am blown away by the Orlando killer work for a company transporting illegal immigrants inside the U.S. Our government is doing this. Our government is evil. It's overtaken. You can ask, why is Obama doing this? It's clear. They're going to allow more jihad attacks and declare civil emergency. Will he do it before the election? They might be. We're going to talk to former Navy SEAL and a guy that's been really accurately predicting this. He's a humble guy, but a lot of people in D.C. who are patriots, they say, get Bracken on. He knows what's going on. So that's why we have Bracken on. He's a smart guy. But we had Tim Kennedy on yesterday. And it's no secret. They know that's why he's targeted. It was in Army Times last year that he's been in the Delta Force and been in Special Forces 15 years. That's why ISIS says they want to come to Austin and kill Tim Kennedy. But he knows they're not coming after him because they're cowards. They're going to hit a victim disarmament zone like they did Saturday night. Oh, he was feeling good, feeling right. It was Saturday night. But he wasn't going after 4 young Chiquitas in Omaha. He was going to kill a bunch of people he knew wouldn't be armed because they were liberals. And it's their religion not to be armed as liberals. It's going to cost you something then. Let's go out to break with Hillary saying she's coming after the guns. Here she is.
We talk about what to do after these situations. There always winds up being the gun debate. Tell me, in your estimation, what law would have made this situation not happen? What could have made this not a situation where this man was able to get weapons?
Well, first of all, Florida doesn't regulate assault weapons or 50 caliber rifles or large capacity ammunition.
Hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause. I went to that lake. I'm late. I'm going to go to break and come back. She makes me so mad, her and her voice. God, if she becomes president, please help me. Please help me, God. We're going to go to break. 50 caliber rifles have never committed one crime in this country but an armored car robbery. One. Okay? And when she says she wants to get the semi-auto, she means all multi-shot firearms. I mean, she goes on to say she's coming after our guns, and the federal court just ruled they can, try to restrict our guns. They're coming.
Thank you for listening.
They bring in the threat. She's the culprit.
GCNlive.com today.
She's the kingpin. She's one of the commanders of ISIS. We are back live. I'm your host, Alex Jones. We're now into the second hour. We've seen the biggest mass murder attack using a firearm in U.S. history. 49 dead. They revised the number down from 53, thank God. But more than 60 wounded, many fighting for their lives. At a victim disarmament temple. A temple of living in La La Land. A temple of being abused by the government. A temple of the government injecting gay men in New York in 1978 and 79. This has been declassified with HIV and the hepatitis vaccine. A temple of trusting a system that absolutely hates your guts. A temple of not allowing any firearms so that a security guard assigned to Homeland Security who goes to a local mosque that says kill the gays could come in and kill 49 people. And Hillary Clinton can launch the whole Arab Spring jihad, brag about what she did, overthrow all of our allies in places like Egypt, engage in mass murder, and then sit up there and blame the Second Amendment. Meanwhile, this is up on Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. Easiest place to find it is DrudgeReport.com. It's on the left-hand side, second story down. Hillary's State Department blocked investigation into Orlando killer's mosque, just like they did in San Bernardino with the Justice Department. They had a civil rights investigation. They were told, don't do it.